What is up, everyone? James Baek here, and it is finally time for another episode of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. A lot has happened over the past few weeks, and obviously I haven't been on the channel recently, so let me catch you guys up real quickly. So, obviously I was preparing for internationals the last week of June, so I wasn't really recording content as I want to do well at internationals, and obviously I was competing during the, June 30th to June 2nd. I got back July 2nd, I mean. So I got back, I believe it was July 2nd. And then I had to go, well, my father was in the emergency room, so I took a few days off. He is fine now, and thank you to everyone who has basically just gave a good wishes on Twitter, a shout out to say good wishes. Yeah, it means a lot to me, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, I highly recommend you do, because I do keep some updates on important stuff like that in case I can't upload videos. But anyway, we are back, and obviously I should talk about internationals. I did unfortunately go 6-3, missing the day 2 by losing the last round. Unfortunately, wasn't exactly my luckiest event, but however, I am really motivated for going for Worlds. I did get my Worlds invite at Nationals, getting the top 64 I needed. I think I finished 57th for 58th. So I was able to get my Worlds invite, and I am qualified for my 4th Pokemon World Championship in a row. So that is pretty nice, and I do want to go for the gold, obviously. I do want to try the top cut at least, because, you know, competing at Worlds 3 times in the past and not cutting any of them is kind of a bit disappointing, but hopefully it could be my year. I don't know. This format is I have pretty mixed feelings about it, so we'll see how that happens. But anyway, today we have a brand new team, and it took me a while to get this team. I actually just got the team fully completed yesterday. So we got this team of Slowking, Marowak, Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu, Gastrodon, and Arcanine. Should be a pretty fun team. As let's just get started. It should be a pretty fun team. It revolves around surfing with Slowking and boosting up the Gastrodon. The Arcanine slot's actually, I don't know, double fire, which is pretty interesting. I don't know how much I like it. I mean, I kind of just slapped on the Arcanine last minute. I was testing a few things. I had Buzzwole, I had Hariyama. I think I had a few more Pokemon. I think I had a Snorlax there too, but I don't know, I feel like Arcanine just provided me Intimidate, which, you know, I kind of like on a defensive team like this because of the fact that it kind of relies on getting Trick Room up, starts surfing with Slowking under Trick Room, powering up the Gastrodon, and then having whatever in the back to start completing it. So, and I also think Arcanine helped the Kartana matchup because I didn't have much for Bloom Doom Kartana. Although I do have the Specs Tapu Koko, hopefully that can happen. Oh yeah, and I forgot to announce that actually this morning, because I actually bought it to do it, I got the Battle Tree boss music, and I wanted this piece for so long, but I've always lost around match 45 to 48 on the Battle Tree, so in reality, I think it took me like 13 different runs just to get the Battle Tree music. So finally got it this morning. Was multitasking and decided to get the Battle Tree music because this song is pretty awesome, and I will be playing it throughout the entire video and probably a lot during my streams. I will be streaming more often, by the way. I will be streaming more often. And oh, I forgot to catch you guys up on graduation. So I did graduate high school 2 weeks ago, as we can't find a battle, but yeah, so I graduated high school 2 weeks ago, so I'm officially going to college. I'll probably be going upstate New York. I'll still be in the New York area though, so I will be still hopefully competing at events in New York / New Jersey, depending on how that goes. I also got a Nintendo Switch as a graduation present. Shout out to my parents. But yep, I finally have my I finally have a Nintendo Switch, so I'll probably be doing some more streams, especially since the fact that I've just been having a lot of free time recently due to the fact that, you know, no more Pokemon tournaments that I really have to compete. As we find Tapu JJ from the United States, a 1793 rating. I swear, didn't we face this guy before, like in the last video I actually recorded? We're going to see the team of Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, Ninetales, Kartana, Arcanine, and Mudsdale. So pretty interesting team. I feel like if I get Trick Room up, I'm in a very, very solid position to win the game. So I think the game I want to go is Slowking, Tapu Koko. Yeah, Slowking, Tapu Koko, Gastrodon. And the question is, what do I want in the back? I think Arcanine is probably the most solid Pokemon. I do think Arcanine is probably the most solid Pokemon I want to go. Tapu Bulu could be nice. I mean, Tapu Bulu does do a lot, but I think Arcanine is probably the most solid Pokemon here. Marowak, I guess, could do some work. I don't think it really needs to, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the Pokemon I want to go. Like, I'm very comfortable with this team leading Tapu Koko plus Slowking, and by comfortable, I mean, like, the 3 best of 3s I did with this team, and like the 10 ladder games I played on Showdown, and then the I think 3 games I played on Battle Spot. Maybe it was 2. It's either 2 or 3. I don't remember. But let's see how this is gonna go. This is a very fun team, and what? Oh, that's just hair. I thought I had like a big pimple, and I'm like, what? All right, let's see how this is gonna go. Kartana Mudsdale is gonna take the field, so this is gonna be pretty interesting. I will eat Slowking plus Tapu Koko here. And I have Flamethrower and Hidden Power Fire. I don't really need Tapu Koko in this matchup at all, really, to be completely honest. So I think I'll just Trick Room here and go for that Hidden Power Fire. I have Rindo Berry on my Slowking. I'm not really too worried about Kartana, to be completely honest. Mudsdale's really not a big threat to my team at all, especially with Gastrodon plus Slowking that can recover off Mudsdale's damage output. I have Intimidate in the back. Getting rid of Kartana just makes my matchup really easy. I have Flamethrower on Slowking. I have quite a few tricks up for Kartana, so as long as I keep these tricks alive, I'll be able to handle the Kartana just as easily. I think if you are my opponent, you definitely want to switch Kartana out. You want to probably preserve the Kartana or your Scarf. Okay, I have Rindo Berry. That's fine. As long as you don't crit me, good. And I do like that Rindo Berry, so I will get rid of this Kartana actually turn 1, which is fantastic because I get rid of Kartana. Huge threat to my team gone, so Kartana does faint immediately off the bat. And High Horsepower is going to come out and target down. Looks like, oh, it's my Tapu Koko. And it KOs, which is actually beautiful for me because I get to go out into my, I get to go straight onto my Gastrodon and start clicking Serve. This is actually a lot better than I was anticipating originally, so hard in the Gastrodon we go. I don't care if it's Ninetales that comes out. I have Hydro Vortex just for the Ninetales, and I only need to click it for the Ninetales. There's no reason for me to click Hydro Vortex otherwise. Arcanine's actually going to come out. Does that mean I can just spam Surf and Muddy Water? Because I'll do that. Gastrodon will come out here. Yeah, Surf plus Muddy Waters. There's like no drawbacks, to be completely honest. Slowking should be slower than the Mudsdale. Yeah, and as long as I get 1 special attack boost on Gastrodon, I'm pretty much set for the game, to be honest. As Arcanine's actually going to withdraw, which is fine, because no Extreme Speed will KO me. Tapu Fini's going to come out. I do have Sludge Bomb for the Tapu Fini, so I am pretty good in that department. I guess the question is what kind of Mudsdale this is, if it's a Salt Vest or if it's Figgy Berry, because if it's Figgy Berry, it'll be able to survive. At least it should be able to survive 3 attacks, but let's see. Well, actually that Surf did a lot. Stamina's going to activate, which really doesn't matter because all my Pokemon are special. High Horsepower is going to come out and probably target down the Slowking. Yep. Slowking will be able to survive. Muddy Water will come out. Mudsdale voice attack. A bit unfortunate. I do have Sludge Bomb for the Tapu Fini, so I'm not really worried about the Tapu Fini. Should I just Slack Off here? I don't think Slack Off does anything for me. I think just Surf is fine again, and just Muddy Water. Because again, I'm not really worried about Tapu Fini. I do have my Arcanine. That doesn't do anything, but my Gastrodon does have Sludge Bomb, as I said. And at +2 stages, it will just do a lot of damage to the Tapu Fini. And the Muddy Water plus the Surf should put it in range of the Sludge Bomb. And Muddy Water just catches anything on the switch, so if he wants to double out into Arcanine again, that's fine for me. I guess the problem is if it has Snarl. Okay, Mudsdale Protect, so it's not a, Okay, so that's good. We confirmed that Mudsdale's not a Assault Vest set, which I didn't think it was because of how much Surf was actually doing. So, unfortunately, the Muddy Water was, you know, a bit unfortunate because now he can preserve the Mudsdale, but not the worst case. Let's see. Muddy Water. Because I do get +2, so no matter what. And he actually didn't get to switch into Arcanine, so he wouldn't have been able to Extreme Speed, which is pretty good for me. As Moonblast is going to come out, I hope this doesn't lower special attack of Gastrodon if he targeted, but he does target the Slowking, so that's fine. That's fine for me. I get my Arcanine in here. And unfortunately, Arcanine can't really do anything, to be honest. It's a special variant, so and in Misty Terrain, it has Will-O-Wisp and Toxic. Because this is a really old Arcanine. I just grabbed this Arcanine out of my box. As I said, this was not supposed to be an Arcanine slot. But Mudsdale being Intimidate is nice. I can go for a Flamethrower here into the Mudsdale. And I think I'll just Sludge Bomb now onto the Tapu Fini because I get to reveal it. I'm not sure what Tapu Fini is really going to do, but I'm not sure if you protect Tapu Fini. I don't think there's a really need to. Mudsdale's going to switch out, go on to the Arcanine. Okay. Does that mean Tapu Fini protects? But I do agree with that. You do want to save your Mudsdale. Mudsdale's the only thing that really damages. Yep, I get Sludge Bomb off. That will be able to KO the Tapu Fini, so Tapu Fini goes down. Great. And I still think Gastrodon wins the game unless he has Groundium Z. Actually, we haven't seen a Z move from my opponent, and I doubt Ninetales would carry it. Could be Fire Z on that Arcanine, though. Mudsdale will come out. How many turns are left? I think I just click Muddy Water and Flamethrower, to be honest, because there's no reason not to be honest. If he double protects, that's fine. I double protect as well, get a Will-O-Wisp off into Mudsdale the following turn, and then his only way to really damage my Gastrodon is out of the way. I guess the one thing, maybe I should have protected here, because what if it's Tectonic Rage? No, it's Extreme Speed. I was thinking helping and Tectonic Rage. No, it's just high horsepower. Okay, that's fine. In Arcanine, so Arcanine goes down, but if I connect a Muddy Water on any one of these Pokemon, I win the game. And I do connect on both, so that will definitely be able to take out the Mudsdale, and then this Arcanine shouldn't be able to win the game at all. As well. Okay, +2. That Arcanine lives at +2 Muddy Water. It is a berry, so I wonder who had the Z move then. Or maybe my opponent had Tapu Koko's Z move, which would make sense, and just didn't bring it. And I think I'll just, since I don't want to miss, I'll just reveal my Hydro Vortex right now. Since it will be able to KO that Arcanine, and the match is going to be forfeited, so I will be taking the first game. I'm surprised my opponent didn't bring Ninetales, to be honest, but luckily, just getting a Kartana turn 1, having that Rindo Berry just really clutch, to be honest. You saw how I didn't even take 50% from that Leaf Blade, was able to set up Trick Room, and then start surfing and powering up my Gastrodon, which was very helpful. And obviously Sludge Bomb on Gastrodon just for Tapu Bulu and Tapu Fini, the two Pokemon that can really stop the sweep other than Kartana, and I do have multiple ways to deal with Kartana. I actually originally was going to have Hidden Power Fire on the Tapu Bulu, but I couldn't get one in time. It's like so hard to get Hidden Power Fire Tapu Bulu for a reason. But anyway, we got Pichu VGC from United States, 1637 rating, with the team of Tapu Lele, Garchomp, Arcanine, Porygon 2, Kartana, and Tapu Koko. So this team's a bit more scary to deal with, to be honest. The Tapu Lele is kind of annoying to deal with, as well as the Garchomp. So I wonder how I really want to play this. Tapu Koko is pretty solid. I don't think that's Scarf Garchomp. Do I want to go just Tapu Koko? Well, Marowak's a pretty solid lead here, no matter what. There are a bunch of things I could do. Tapu Koko Garchomp is a matchup I haven't really theorized, but if he leads like Garchomp Lele, Tectonic Rage plus Moonblast would probably KO my Slowking, which would be a bit problematic, so how do I want to exactly approach this matchup? I don't need Tapu Bulu in this matchup. Tapu Bulu is for very specific matchups. Do I need Tapu Koko? I don't think I really need Tapu Koko. I think I'm going to go Slowking Arcanine as the lead, have Marowak plus my Gastrodon in the back, because I feel like that is going to be the security of this match. Getting that Trick Room up, powering up the Gastrodon. Again, my opponent's team doesn't really have an answer for Gastrodon other than Kartana, and I do have the Flamethrower on Slowking, plus the Arcanine, plus the Marowak, so 3 Pokemon that can handle that. what's it called, Kartana. So my opponent's really gonna have to conserve Kartana if my opponent wants to win the game. Of course, I am kind of worried about a sky dropping Coco lead, but actually my opponent leads Tapu Lele and Porygon 2, which I do not mind. I wonder what we're exactly going to see here. I do get the Intimidate off, which only helps if it's like a physical Porygon. I could go for Toxic right off the bat, which I think I might actually do, and Trick Room up. Unless he has Fun Boat, he really doesn't threaten much. Moonblast isn't going to be doing too much, so I think I'm just going to fire off a Toxic here. Put this Porygon 2 on a timer, and again, I didn't really need Arcanine. I just needed for the lead matchup, to be honest. So Psychic's going to come out and target down my Arcanine. I didn't want that to go into my Gastrodon slot, to be honest. Lowers my special defense, which is kind of annoying. And we dodged the Toxic. Are you serious? He will get a Toxic off onto my Arcanine slot. That's a bit... would have loved that Toxic. Oh well. It's not too bad, I guess. I do get my Trick Room up. He's probably going to reverse Trick Room, which is the annoying part though. So I would probably see like a Psychic and reverse Trick Room here. I think I'm forced to go for Surf here anyway and just go on to my Gastrodon. Because with how much that Psychic did that to Arcanine, I'm pretty sure my Gastrodon should be able to take the Psychic. Okay, maybe 50%. Missing Toxic on Porygon 2 is annoying though. Having that residual damage would have helped because it helps in the longer stall game with my Slack Off plus Recover. So I'd be able to easily eat up hits. As I'll bring up my Gastrodon here. Maybe I could reverse Trick Room, but I think getting the +1 special attack is more important right now. And we could see my opponent maybe just going for a Toxic here, not really caring about the Trick Room. I could definitely see Toxic first. Yeah, he just goes for Toxic. And it's going to go into Slowking, which I do not mind. We're probably just going to see the Lele go for a Psychic again. Yep. In a Gastrodon. Oh, that does a lot. I'm not sure if he's going to go for Toxic now or if he's going to go for Trick Room, but I'm just going to fire off a Sludge Bomb. Or do I recover here? It's risky though, because what if that Scarf Lele? We never confirmed the Lele's item, so I'm just going to Sludge Bomb here. I think it's the best play overall. Because +2 Sludge Bomb will be able to KO Lele. I get damage on Porygon 2. I'm not really too worried about the Porygon 2, but the fact that I can reverse Trick Room and the fact I'm not really getting chip damage on it is kind of annoying. He protects, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be the Trick Room reversing. So I should have recovered. I just didn't have the information to know if it was Scarf Lele or not. So Surf is going to come out. Sludge Bomb in the top of Lele. Oh no, he just goes for Toxic. I don't mind that. Okay. But I would have loved the recover here. The recover would have helped. I wonder if he reverses Trick Room now. I'm pretty sure +3 Muddy Water plus a Surf will KO the Tapu Lele though, so I think I should go for that. If anything, the Surf did a lot of damage already. So I'm just going to Muddy Water here and hope for the best that I connect on Lele. It's able to pick up a knockout potentially. And I could definitely see maybe a switch into Garchomp and a reverse Trick Room here to take the Sludge Bomb plus Surf. Or maybe Kartana. I could definitely see Kartana maybe when I switch in here. We're going to see Tapu Lele withdraw. If that's Kartana, that's great. Yep. I do not mind this play. I get a Surf off and a Muddy Water at +3. That's going to do a lot to Kartana. I don't think it's going to KO, to be honest. I think it's going to put it really low, though. So Surf is going to do a sizable amount. I think... Is that a Selfless Kartana? And I don't even get to find out because I miss. And I'm pretty sure that Porygon 2 just went for a reverse Trick Room. That Mighty Water does do a lot to Porygon 2. Oh, recover. Okay. So I do have Flamethrower on the Slowking, which I might just want to go for Flamethrower in this Kartana. That toxic damage is really adding up on Slowking. It's the last turn of Trick Room. Oh no, how much does that Surf did? I think it's AV. You know what? I'm gonna Hydro Vortex here. I'm gonna hope that +3 Hydro Vortex can knock out the Porygon 2 and Flamethrower to Kartana. Okay, it's not AV. Okay, that's good to confirm. So I should have slacked off. I'm making a bunch of mistakes in this game. But Hydro Vortex hopefully knocks out the... Well, I'm hoping he picks up the knockout. I'm pretty sure I lose to a Garchomp endgame anyway. Endgame. Let's see, Hydro Vortex into the Porygon. Yeah, I should have recovered a lot. It even lives. Not exactly my proudest moment here. Psychic Terrain's gone. Yeah, I don't think that really helps me. I don't think I can beat this P2, to be completely honest. Well, if I get Trick Room up, I guess I could potentially win it. You know what? I'm Trick Rooming here. And I'm hard into Arcanine. A lot of things didn't go my way in this game. Alright. I'm going on to Arcanine because with the Rindo Berry, I might be able to survive the Leaf Blade. And I don't know what Porygon's 2 going to do. If it's toxic, it most likely has Ice Beam, so it can't really threaten my Slowking. A Leaf Blade into the Rindo Berry, yep. I'm pretty sure we're just going to see Ice Beam from Porygon 2 in the Arcanine slot. Yep, Slowking's able to survive. Okay, so we do have a chance here. As Ice Beam goes out into the Arcanine slot. Doesn't do much, but with the Toxic will add up to my Berry. And I basically gotta pray that my opponent doesn't have Garchomp in the back. If it's like Tapu Koko, if it's Tapu Koko, that's actually great for me. As Slowking will go down here. Arcanine taking a bit of chip. Does activate my Berry though, which is very nice. And it comes down to Marowak having to win the game. So I will go on to Marowak here. This game is definitely winnable. It just really depends on who he has in the back. I could always Will-O-Wisp Garchomp, which is like the one saving grace I have. I will Flare Blitz and Flamethrower to Porygon 2 slot because that's the only hope I do have of winning this game. Because if I KO the Porygon 2, that's great. Kartana's not really a threat against... Well, one is -1. Yeah, so let's just switch out Garchomp. No, Arcanine, okay. This game got a lot more interesting, actually. A lot more interesting. Wait, why is this Porygon 2 slower than my Marowak? No! Oh, that's not good. Was this Marowak fast that I grabbed out of my box? Shoot. Yeah, I think that screws up my plans. I didn't expect the Porygon 2 to be slower than my Marowak. I need to trick him up. It's not going my way. I have to get a Toxic on this P2 ASAP. We're gonna see Arcanine withdraw into Kartana. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Kartana's not valuable in this matchup at all. Porygon 2 is gonna recover again. I think I should forfeit this game. I really think I should forfeit because of the fact I don't think I can beat the Arcanine. Well, I do have Perish Song, which is like the one saving grace, but the fact that Tapu Lele in the back can just stall out Trick Room so easily. Why is my Marowak faster than that Porygon 2? That was a mistake. I thought this was a slow Marowak. I gotta check the EVs. 74. Huh. Yeah, that's not supposed to be that fast. Okay, that screwed me up. Yeah, and I'm gonna forfeit to get a new game in. Yeah. Because there's no way I can potentially win this game. The fact that Tapu Lele will just win the game in the back anyway. Like, what I could have done better. I guess predict the obvious protects. I think my opponent was really making the obvious play, the obvious safe play, and I didn't capitalize off just going for recover, which, to be honest, would have just put me in the same position no matter what. But the problem was I always wanted to go for like getting rid of these mons. He couldn't switch. Get ready for my trick. Like just use my Trick Room turns. Trying to get the most KOs. But maybe I should have played a more defensive game with this team. Because Slack Off was pretty nice. I wonder if we would have racked up a lot of damage though with that Toxic hitting turn 1 though. Which was like the one thing I wanted. Because that Porygon 2 wouldn't have been on the field as long as it was. Oh well. I'm not saying we would have won the game by just hitting that Toxic on that Porygon 2, but it would have made the game, I think, a lot easier in my favor. Because then his Porygon 2... Actually, he never really tried to reverse Trick Room, but the fact that his Porygon 2 would have been gone would have been great, because the fact that Porygon 2 was taking one of those slots... I mean, Porygon 2 really doesn't do much in my opinion. It just sits there, recovers, maybe sets up Trick Room depending on your team. Toxic spams as that one showed, and just Ice Beam, but I don't know, it just doesn't really do much. It just sits there on the field. So I should have probably been targeting down the other slots, to be honest, instead of focusing that Porygon 2. Especially with that mistake of thinking Hydro Vortex KO'd the Porygon 2. That was probably the biggest mistake, because if I just went for Surf plus Hydro Vortex, I think that was a better play, especially since I really didn't care about Kartana. Now that I think about it, like, Kartana didn't do anything, to be honest. I should have just went for Surf again. I guess it was because I thought it was AV, but that's just me not knowing my Kartana calcs with Slowking. Disappointing loss, but we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back. Huh. Can't find games. Alright, alright, alright. Let me see. Against what my opponent led, Porygon to Lele, was there anything I could have led better? Well, I guess if I brought a Tapu Bulu, it would have been more interesting, but against Arcanine and Kartana, I mean, if I hadn't the Hidden Power Fire Kartana, maybe. Because I did build this team with Hidden Power Fire Bulu, but this Bulu just has 2 Grass type attacks and sub. Hidden Power Fire would have been... I still don't think I would have brought Tapu Bulu, to be honest. Tapu Bulu didn't do much. Yeah, but the problem with facing... Okay, so one of the drawbacks with this team, it doesn't really have much to hit the Porygon 2 or Snorlaxes out there. I mean, how I beat them is rely on Marowak endgame Perish Song, Toxic stalling them, or getting my Gastrodon to be able to beat them if they're not the Toxic variant. Wait, Celesteela, Vikavolt, Golduck, Garchomp, Pelipper, and Arcanine. Okay, okay. Kinds of... Okay, it's a QR code, and I thought this was my Beware team for a minute there. Okay, let's see. Very interesting. Rain doesn't beat Slowking, and I have Gastrodon. Oh, baby, this is like the matchup. This is like a good matchup for me. Vigavolt's a bit annoying. Yes, 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 but Slowking plus Marowak plus the Gastrodon. And do I want Tapu Koko in the back? I think Tapu Koko's pretty solid. Arcanine is also pretty solid, but I think I want to go Tapu Koko because I think Tapu Koko is a strong, just offensive Thunderbolt is pretty nice. The only problem with it is, I guess, the Garchomp. But the Garchomp's not too big of a deal. It just depends on what my opponent brings. I'm pretty sure Garchomp Vikavolt will be the lead or something like that. I wonder if it's AV Celesteela, which could be annoying. It's going to be Celesteela Vikavolt here, so let's find out what my opponent's going to do here. As I will lead my Marowak here. And Marowak's in a very comfortable position here. It can knock out the Celesteela or the Vikavolt, and I will try and knock out the Vikavolt turn 1, because I'm really not that worried about Celesteela. The only way... How could this turn go wrong? Celesteela has Giga Drain. If it has Tectonic Rage, which we saw get top 16 at US Nationals, I believe. If Vikavolt's faster and gets a crit Bug Buzz. I don't really care if it goes into Pelipper though. Like, getting rid of Vikavolt on the field eliminates the most likely grass type coverage my opponent could have. I'm pretty sure it'd be what? Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, Filler Move, Protect, and if it's Assault Vest or Specs, then it's a bit of a different story. We'll see. Celesteela's going to withdraw though, so I'm pretty sure that's Pelipper. Yep. But I don't mind because that powers up my water type attack, so I do not mind. And I have Gastrodon on the back. And the only reason I have Marowak here is just to keep that electric type attack away for the turn. Oh, Vikavolt actually going to withdraw into Garchomp. Okay, so that's interesting. That is interesting. So I will Flare Blitz here into the Garchomp here. Doesn't really do much, obviously, because of the resist plus the rain. But I will get my Trick Room up, which is pretty good because I can start powering up my Gastrodon. It is a pretty obvious switch, so I'm pretty sure my opponent should predict that. But I feel like this would be either AV or Scarf Chomp, so he would be locked into Earthquake anyway. I'm pretty sure his Z move would only be on that Gastrodon, so I mean not Gastrodon, on that Golduck. So I'm pretty sure Gastrodon would be safe here. I guess Hurricane's gonna hurt a lot. Hurricane would hurt a lot, but with +2, I should be able to knock out Pelipper with like a Hydro Vortex. So I should be good in that department. Let's see what's going to happen though. I will retreat my Marowak-Go and the Gastrodon here. We'll find out if this is AV Garchomp based on the surf damage. And it will break Pelipper's Focus Sash, which is pretty good. So let's see how this turn is going to go. Surf into these Pokemon. That's not AV Garchomp, it looks like. Hurricane's going to come out. Target down the Slowking slot, which is fair. And it's just an Earthquake. Okay. Earthquake's gonna do a good amount, but it doesn't really pick up that KO. Let me see Slowking versus Gastrodon special attack stat, because that's what's going to decide this turn for me. Alright, since Surf did that much, I think Muddy Water +1 in the rain would a KO. I don't think I should risk it. I think I should just Surf Muddy Water here. As Garchomp's actually going to withdraw, which is fine for me. As Celesteel's going to come in. Maybe I should have slacked off here. Or just gone for the Sludge Bomb into Pelipper. But who knows? Maybe this Muddy Water will be able to pick up the knockout on the Pelipper. But this is going to do a lot of damage no matter what to my opponent's team. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. Let's see if this Muddy Water can pick up a KO. Whew. How much? It does actually pick up the KO on Pelipper. And it's not a crit. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And that Celesteela just took so much damage, which is kind of what I like about this team. It's just able to, you know, boost up very easily, get a lot of spread chip damage, which is very nice. Vikavolt's going to come out here. And you know I have the Hydro Vortex, so... Well, I had the Hydro Vortex, so you know what I'm going for. I think I'm just going to slack off the Slowking in case that Garchomp becomes more of a problem later on in the game. And I'll find out the Vikavolt speed tier right here. I'm pretty sure this Gastrodon will be slow, as Celesteela protects, which is great for me. As I will get a free slack off. And this Gastrodon, let's see if it's slower than the Vikavolt or not. Depends on the spread. Okay, nice, we are slower. And unless that's a Assault Vest Vikavolt, but this is +2 Gastrodon in the rain. This Hydro Vortex is going to do a lot no matter what. If it's a Assault Vest Vikavolt, we'll see here. Pretty sure the Grass type move it gets its Energy Ball and not Giga Drain too, so I should be good in that department. Hydro Vortex gonna come out, target down this Vikavolt here. Oh, that's a KO. Gastrodon, you're beautiful, man. Don't sleep on Gastrodon, people. Celesteela gonna heal with his leftovers, but I think just Tapu Koko will be able to win this game. Just single-handedly. I mean, the Garchomp, if it is Scarf, it can't protect here, so I could just spam a Surf plus Muddy Water if I do connect. We'll be able to pick up that knockout. So, just go for Surf. Actually, I should slack off plus Muddy Water. Because Muddy Water is going to KO both of these Pokemon if it hits. Surf's not going to KO a Pokemon if it doesn't hit. And I prepare an endgame in case I miss a Muddy Water if I have to get Trick Room up in the late game. Which I think is a smarter call, because I think Marowak also wins this game under Trick Room. So, I will go for the Muddy Water and slack off just to prepare for an endgame. Keep Slowking as healthy as possible. Muddy Water will pick up a knockout if it connects on either one of these Pokemon. And that Garchomp is Scarf. I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. we will slack off the damage, which is a pretty cool thing about Slowking and slack off. And Muddy Water, Celestial avoids, but it hits the Garchomp, and now it'll be game, because I do have Marowak plus my Tapu Koko in the back, and this Gastrodon's still a huge threat to my opponent's team. As Garchomp goes down to the Muddy Water, and we're going to see the Leech Seed, which doesn't really affect it. The Slowking, yeah, that's not really going to take too much. Rain is going to stop. And how do I want to finish this game? Do I want to go Marowak, or do I just want to go Tapu Koko? Whatever's the fastest way. I don't know single target Muddy Water. I'm pretty sure he's just going to protect, get recovery, because I think he's forced to be honest. I'll just go out on the Marowak here, I guess, and go for a Muddy Water. Which, I don't think will KO Celesteela, but it should just bring it down really, really low. And I could just go for Shadow Bone. So bring out the Marowak so he can't recover with Leech Seed. He's going to go for Leech Seed into the Gastrodon slot. But then again, Marowak, Tapu Koko, they all win the game. So Muddy Water here. What's this going to do? Will this pick up a knockout? It's single target, but I don't think so. But that is +3 Muddy Water, and it does do half to the Gastrodon, which is actually pretty nice. And yeah, I just won the game with Flare Blitz. Am I +3 or +2? Oh, I'm only +2. Wow, +3 actually would have killed. That is actually pretty nice. I'm liking this team. I'm really liking it. I had this idea like a few weeks ago, but I never really started testing till now, as my opponent's going to go for the Leech Seed, but I do win by just clicking Flare Blitz. Okay, okay. Flare Blitz will go out to Celesteela, and I will be able to pick up the win. So we get 2 wins, 1 loss with today's team, and I gotta say, I think the concept was very fun in general. Like, just having Slowking plus Gastrodon. You have all these techs for Kartana, so Kartana's not really big of a threat, and that's pretty much the only big way that like people can actually hurt Gastrodon. And I also have Sludge Bomb on the Gastrodon for like Tapu Bulu, so Tapu Bulu's not really much of a threat. If I just get 1 Surf off, I KO the Tapu Bulu Sludge Bomb, and that's the end of Tapu Bulu. So I don't know, it's a very solid mon. There are very few Pokemon that are actually able to beat Gastrodon, especially while it's keep boosting up. So it was a fun concept that I think it was just like fine to show at this point. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please leave a like down below. I will be back for more daily uploads. So obviously, if you want to check out the previous videos, go check them out. And if you want to try out the team, paste pin down below. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. I will be streaming more often. I will be posting back more YouTube content. I got a lot of time, so look forward to that, and I'll see you around in the next video.